Okay, I'm here with Dr. Kerby, and we're going to answer some questions that we've had people asking online. And so the first one that I wanted to get to was, what is fascia? And why should I care?
All right. Got some plastic wrap to illustrate what fascia is. When you dissect this out in school, we had to do multiple dissections. Eric and I spent time going to one even in the last year, dissecting out. And so we could study this more, and that's how important it is to us. It works like a covering like this. So when it goes around the muscles, there's a layer like this that begins to wrap around. And why does this matter? Because people, certain ones, they'll begin to wrap around tight. When this goes tight, it cuts off blood flow, circulation, and it doesn't allow the muscle to lift. So that's when you feel tightness in the body. So we'll remove this in another illustration, because fascia covers your whole body. You could cut this all out and you'd be able to hold the entire person up. So if he gets one thing pulling here, he can have tightness down here just because the fascia could be hooked here, or it could go the other way. He could twist this way. This is something that when someone comes in, this is one of the first things, we're gonna feel. How does their fascia feel? Where are the twists? And most of the time someone says, I've been going to a physical therapist, surgeon, no one even checks this out. They don't examine where there's pulls on things, because as soon as this pulls, he can have a restriction over here, mouth, jaw, neck, anything recruitment in the musculoskeletal system. We'll assess it together, and then what's the difference of the way we're gonna look at it is it's not rubbing. If they're doing this to you and someone's just rubbing, or even just sticking an elbow straight in or a trigger point straight down, it's gonna be about pulling and torsioning out when you're working on fascia. You're pulling it apart. You can make things worse if you compress when you have a true fascial adhesion. There's another type of adhesion that we'll talk about in another video that goes down into the bone, and that can be the reason why your muscles tightness. That's different. That's our job to differentiate that, and that can be the difference. And Eric was that difference. We had done his whole myofascial system, and he still had tightness in his body, so he made my brain think, okay, we're gonna look at something else, and we'll do that in the next video.